everybody, I'm Drew with Welcome to Boredom, and here I am at Origins Game Fair in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm here interviewing with Paul from GameHead Games. Did I say that correctly?
GameHead Games, that's
Yep,
it.
that's it. Now, I do have a question for you, Paul. What qualifies as a game head? Is it how many games you know?
It's a great question.
Does your head have to be shaped like a game?
It does not. We're not particularly game box shaped heads. You just have to have a head for games. If you like them, you're in. I don't game head keep.
Okay, GameHead Keep. I love that.
Mhm.
We're gonna have that as a slogan for the entire interview
Yeah.
here. How is your Origins Game Fair going?
It's been very good. We don't have a booth yet, but all our games are in our warehouse, so we're just here meeting with media, like my buddy Drew, and giving away some games and getting ready to big Gen Con release.
All right, Gen Con, that's coming up. A lot of big releases. So maybe we can dive into that in just a moment. But I do want to talk about what you do have here and what you're showing off. So whichever one you want to talk about first. Do you want to talk about Gen Con and what's coming up, or do you want to talk about what you have right now?
Same exact stuff. We are a brand new company born out of gamermats.com, rebranding as GameHead, starting with a launch of 6 small box games. I've got them all here. 2 party games, 2 thinky games, 2 casual games.
Okay.
Let's start with the thinky. One, we have No Loose Ends coming from Taiki Shinzawa with art by Saibepu. 2 phenomenal top names out of Japanese card games. If you're a trick taker, this is a trick taker's trick taker. We're bidding with cards from our hand, predicting how we'll win tricks. To cover your bid, you have to win with the right color or number. So you put a red 2 down. If you want to succeed on that, you got to win with a red or win with a 2. It's really, really cool. Thematically, we're stealing. The evidence behind we got to cover up the evidence, leave no loose end untied. This is Trinket Trove, designed by Rocco Privatera with my dev work. Sandara Tang did the art, Flamecraft, T-Witches, Critter Kitchen. It is a set collection card game. The wonderful, cute critters are going through the human world, grabbing trinkets like bells and crayons and stuff to make their homes. And you do some trading, some set collecting. It's beautiful, charming, and really fun.
So with those 2 games, what was the draw of you for signing those and having those coming on? Did they come in and did they help design that? Is that specifically so for like No Loose Ends?
Yeah.
Is that you said it was based out of Japanese designers? Is that a game that's in Japan and that you brought over here to the
Great
US?
question.
What is
Yeah.
or and then as well as Trinket Trove, were you able to team up with the designer and be able to do that, or was that already designed and you said I got to have this game?
Great question. So all of our designs start in this $20 box, 6x6 by 2-inch box, and we wanted to make sure that would work, so we started there. 5-minute setup, 5-minute teach, 20 to 40-minute play. That's kind of our design aesthetic right now. So for No Loose Ends, that was Shut the Books, which released in 2024 in Japan. So we brought that over and got basically the worldwide license to make some changes and update it and release it for a wider audience. And Trinket Trove was actually signed before I joined on with a different theme. And I worked with Rocco to update the design and streamline some of it and resolve the user experience issues. So that was, about 3 months of dev work getting that ready.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. That worked out well, and it looks beautiful. So you're saying that you are selling a few of them here at Origins,
That's right.
But as well, I'm assuming people can find them online.
You can find them right now online at GameHead.com. All of them are $20 each. Let's look at some more. We got 2 casual games here. The first one is Corgi Pileup from artist Saibepu. She did No Loose Ends, and she does all play small box games, Fairy, Rainbow. In this game, this is Steve Ellis and me designed it. You are cutie pie corgi pups just trying to pile up, trying to snuggle. And you play a very quick, short, light card game with 5 card hands. The last card you play is how many points you score. You start going up this little scoring pyramid. The game doesn't end until someone scores more than 15 and falls off the pile. And then the high score wins. So you want points, but not too much. You wouldn't want to fall off a big Corgi Pileup. Up next, we have Venture Angels from legendary designer Bruno Faiduti, ink and gold, citadels, and we have art from the incredible talented Ian O'Toole. This comes to us from Mondu Games in Korea, and in this game we are angel investors looking at funky kind of Shark Tank projects like self-driving shoes, a computer for cats, a 4D printer, and we are going to secretly invest with bidding chips on those things. And then we'll reveal them all. If it doesn't reach the funding level, no one gets it.
Mm.
If it does reach the funding level, whoever invested the most will get it. But if it's the most invested project overall, higher than all the others, it's overhyped and no one gets it. So you try to infer what other players do. You can sort of become as strategic as you want it to be.
Yeah.
There's some twists in the second and third rounds. It's really fun. Venture Angels.
Paul, I do have to ask, how did you come about with these games? I know you said one was based out of Korea, is that correct?
That's
and
right.
So, and then the other one, did they seek you out? Did you go after them?
Yeah, good question. So we do receive a lot of pitches. One of the party games I'll show you next is a pitch to us from Peter C. Hayward. We like that game. We sign it. We think it has promise either in our party line, casual line, or thinky line, and then we work on it to get it better. There are some localization companies that will link you up to try to show you games that are a good fit for you. So we got a game from Mondu, and one of the party games came to us from Keef Editions in France, and then the others were essentially signed by us.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Now I do have a question after these two,
Okay,
and so that's the one that I have to really big question that I really want to pick your brain
I'm
about.
excited.
But we'll get to that. So let's look at these last two. What do we have?
We got two party games here. The first one is First Class Letters from designer Peter C. Hayward of Things and Rings and Critter Kitchen and Fiction. This here mail truck is driving way too fast, and the letters and the packages are just flying everywhere, and we have to get it back in order. So what that means is everyone's going to get a sheet of paper with 7 lines on it, and there are these 4-color wooden package dice with letters on them. And we roll those, and we try to use those to write a word on our sheet as many times as you can. But one of those is a red dead letter die. You may not use that letter or you score 0. We roll them again. We write another word. We roll them again. 7 words on our sheet over 7 rounds. The twist is those words have to be in alphabetical order. It's a really interesting word puzzle. Plays solo, plays cooperatively, even, and of course competitively. Plays 1 to 100 players. Really fun.
The next
Lastly, this one comes to us from France. It's Corentin Leroy, who did Far Away, and it's Théo Rivière, who did Sea Salt and Paper, among many other games. We took Fou Fou Fou, which is the original French game, and their expansion, put it both in our box. This is a laugh out loud, literal lol party game for 3 to 8 players. Everybody gets 3 of these tokens, and there's a big deck of rule cards. You read one to the table. As soon as it hits the table, it's live. If it's in front of you, it'll be vertical, and you have to follow it. If it's horizontal, it's for the table. Everyone has to follow it. And you can have as many as 7 rules live for you, and they're goofy and funny. And as people keep doing them, they laugh and they laugh. And if I catch you breaking the rule, you lose a token. If you lose them all, you're the foolish fool. We laugh, you lose, we all have fun.
That sounds like it's fantastic. And that, thank you, Paul. All right, well, thank you for showing all of that, Paul, and everything going with that. Now, here's the big question that I have for you. You have 6 games right here.
Yes, I do.
Which one is your favorite?
My favorite right now is No Loose Ends. I am a trick-taking fan, and that's a trick-taker's trick-taker. My number 2 is probably Venture Angels. I love Bruno Faiduti, and the gameplay there is much more interesting and strategic than you might imagine.
Okay, I thought I would get you with that question. I thought that would be a little tough of a question for you, but that's good to know. That's good to know that you do have something that you can pick out of there, and that you do say that is really well. And I mean, what kind of tastes would you say these all kind of go into individually? You said that there were 3 categories. Could you run those again?
Absolutely. So we tried to go pretty broad with our categories so that we can catch, gamers like you and me that know what's coming, that are into strategy and replayability. That's kind of what our Thinky line is for. But also folks who just walk into the friendly local game store and are looking for something goofy and fun for Saturday night with a lot of people at the table. And that's what our party line is like, right? Okay. But also something that people can just play with their families, with inexperienced gamers that are not going to take themselves super seriously. That's what our casual games are like. So something like Corgi Pileup, new gamers are going to have a great time with it. It's going to sort of fly by quickly. They're not going to be tripped up. And the aesthetics are going to be really charming. But you and I will play something like Trinket Trove and come back to it again because, it's not that much harder of a game, but the strategic gameplay is what's going to make the difference.
Well, fantastic. Fantastic to know that those games can all fit into all of those categories, because it sounds like there's probably about 2 apiece for each category, and all the 6 adding up. What a great evenly number split up that you have there.
That. 6 is actually a perfect number. If you take all the factors of 6, 1, 2, and 3, add them back up, it makes 6.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does. So now here we are. Speaking of six,
Yes.
we're 6 weeks away from Gen Con.
Ooh.
So, and I'm glad we brought that up.
Mhm.
And so here's the question of it. You mentioned earlier that there might be some things coming out at Gen Con or any big plans. What's going on? What is GameHead Games going to be doing over at Gen Con? What's
Great
Paul going to be doing
Yeah,
over at Gen
Great
Con?
question. So all of our games are currently shipping out of our web store, but we don't have them here at Origins. So Gen Con will be our first big release. We have a 20 by 20 foot booth for gamer mats and GameHead. We'll be selling all those things and fielding some pitches, but we'll be really excited to show all this stuff off to the public. Me personally, I don't think I have terribly much going on. I'm working on some games behind the scene that I'm excited to see. And of course, we're actively working on our Wave 2. We're going to bring out another great thinky, casual, and party game maybe 6 months from now.
Wow, fantastic. You're moving quick on that,
We're
especially
trying.
with it being six, within like 6 months. Again, going back 6. So
Yeah,
there we go.
6.
All right. So, okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to ask, of course, you're showing these games off, and you're letting people know and be excited here at Origins. What else is going down here at Origins for you? Are you being able to take any play testing? What? You said that GameHead Games doesn't have a booth here. We don't know
Next year.
Next year, yes, product Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
So are you taking pitches for GameHead Games? What do you do in a situation like this? I'm just curious.
I opened up my calendar and sort of tried to protect some amount of time, but I just basically put it out to designers and content creators such as yourself to say, hey, just want to meet with you guys, do some interviews, show you what we have, maybe give you a copy or two, sell a couple games. And then, yes, I did meet with some designers, get some exciting pitches. I met with, we've got a party game coming from the incredible Scott Brady. He and I met this morning and did some development work on it. I met with another publisher to talk about a game that I developed previously that might come out. So, and also just hanging out with friends, seeing a lot of people in this industry. We do so much work online, video meetings, and even tabletop simulator. As much as I try to avoid it, I have a pretty hard rule. But it's nice to see people in person. Friends I haven't even seen in a couple years.
A lot of big things coming up for GameHead Games. It sounds like a lot of things happening. 6 games coming out, 3 coming up, further on down. It's going to be a great time. A lot of things happening there at GameHead Games. And Paul, thank you so much for your time. I don't have any other questions, but I do want to ask this question. Outside of Origins and outside of Gen Con and outside of wherever else they may find you at any show, where can they find you? Are you on social media?
Mm-hmm.
Are you selling your product yet, or taking pre-orders over on your website? Are you going to be kickstarting? What's the game plan here? I need to know.
Yeah. So you can find me, Paul, at GameHead.com anytime if you need to send me an email. You can follow GameHead on Instagram at GameHead Games or Blue Sky, and you can follow me on Instagram, Paul Salomon 27. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm visiting national parks. I'm teaching. I'm making games. I'm playing games, and being a dad too.
Oh, fantastic! And so, yeah, but be sure to follow Paul. Be sure to follow GameHead Games. Be sure to check out all the stuff that they're doing. A lot of great games that'll be coming out, and hopefully we'll be able to cover at least one of those here on this channel. But be sure to check it out on other channels when they do come out, because I know you have a lot of copies that'll be going out to people who will review, do how to plays, to doing teaching, overviews, things like that. So very excited.
This one's yours.
Is it because I'm the foolish fool?
It is. I won't hide it.
I'll gladly take it. Thank you so
cool.
much. I'm excited. So we're going to be covering this very soon over here on this channel. So, Paul, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, buddy.
And so I really appreciate it. Thank you. And so with that, I'm Drew. This is Welcome to Boredom. We're here at Origins Game Fair. Got a few more interviews coming up, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.